Hi, welcome to my SST classes. Today I will teach you what is the core difference between nationalism and imperialism with special focus on Balkan crisis. So in our previous class I taught you about nationalism and how French fought together for their collective identity. In that class, we discussed the words like La Patrie, General Assembly. So in this video, we will focus on Balkan crisis and what is the difference between nationalism and imperialism. So nationalism means if you are fighting for a common cause, suppose if you have common language, common culture, then you try to form a country, that is nationalism. And imperialism, it means if you are a resident of a particular country and you want to expand your kingdom, that is imperialism. The most common example of imperialism is of British imperialism. At one point of time, British had occupied the regions of United States of America, India, some parts of China. These were all parts of the British Empire, and British used to occupy 70% of the total geographical area. So you can imagine how powerful British imperialism was. Next is, after that we will see French imperialism, Dutch imperialism, and lastly German imperialism. So in the first half of the 19th century, we find the word liberal democracy. It means liberal democracies were formed in most countries of the Europe and mainly in France. And what does this liberal democracy means? It means they wanted to establish one country with common culture identity, and they wanted to make their country powerful, that is liberal democracy. But after second half of the 19th century, this liberal democracy turned into aggressive nationalism. It means these countries wanted to occupy other parts of the world and make them stronger and stronger day by day. This is called aggressive nationalism. And in this context, we will focus on Balkan crisis. Balkan area became very serious region, and there were all over tension in this Balkan area, and all together this came to be known as Balkan crisis. So what is the background of the Balkan crisis? We will study them one by one. In the very first place, the Ottoman Sultan used to rule over Eastern Europe. It means they had controlled Eastern Europe, and they were mostly Muslims by religion, whereas um, European countries were Christians by religion. It means there was religious difference between them, and these countries wanted to be independent from the Ottoman rule and establish their own country. And these countries were getting support from superpowers of that time like England, Russia. They enthusiastically supported these countries to gain their independence from the Ottoman Empire. Ottoman Empire, this region in nowadays is in Asia, and we call that country as Turkey. Turkey was the original place of the Ottoman Turks. From there, they raided to various parts of Europe and Asia and established a powerful kingdom. In next point, these countries claimed their independence on the ground that at one particular time they were totally independent from any foreign control, and now they wanted their independence once again from the Ottoman Sultans. The Ottoman Sultans' powers declined after 1850s, and they became very weak, and the states like Russia wanted to establish their control over Turkey. And in one case, the Russians occupied major portions of the West Ottoman Empire also. Now we see these countries, independent countries like Greece, Macedonia, Serbia, they were also called slaves because that part was itself known as Slavic countries. So this region was called slaves and they wanted their independence. We see that at one time Greece got its independence from the Ottoman Turks, but now these states wanted to control the neighboring countries and its territories. It means these states wanted to establish a powerful country by themselves. This is the region of conflict in Balkan. And in one more incident, we can see that the superpowers of that time, like England, France, Russia, they wanted to establish their control over these regions and they fought war among themselves to occupy the lands of the Ottoman Empire. So in this area we will see the explosive fighting between the superpowers to gain control of the region. So all these points comes under Balkan region. Now another point is imperial domination. It means imperial domination. It means that the British imperialists had established their control over most parts of the world. So one by one, these countries began to get independence from the British rule. In this context, we can see that India also got its independence in 1947 and similarly United States of America also obtained its independence from British and George Washington became the first president of the United States of America. It means the British imperialism was very big and it was followed by French, German, etc. Now these countries wanted to have their own identities and they totally wanted to break down from the British Empire and इस साइड
बीच में रहिए ना।
ठीक है स्टार्ट कीजिए. And these powers, the newly independent countries, they try to follow their own foreign policy, economic policy, irrespective of the British Empire. And we can see that the formation of the Commonwealth country. And what were these Commonwealth countries? These Commonwealth countries were once the part of the British Empire, but after the breakdown of the British Empire, they formed an association which is known as Commonwealth of Nations. So now I have given you almost all informations regarding these points like what is nationalism and imperialism with special focus on Balkan crisis. I have also shown you the regions which comprise the Balkan areas. So the Balkan areas and its region, once again I will try to repeat it. The regions are Macedonia, Croatia, Bulgaria are the regions of Balkan area. And lastly, if you found my video useful, then like it and share it among your friends. And if you are new to our YouTube channel, then subscribe it and press the bell icon button for our upcoming new videos, and we will try to give you new videos for your knowledge increment. So lastly, I will thank you for watching my video and just wait for my upcoming videos. And in that video I will try to cover the topics like the unification of Germany and Italy. So be alert and always try to be at our YouTube channel for our new videos. Thank you very much once again for watching my video.